$5 doesn't get you very far these days. Maybe a coffee if you're lucky. But on the Nintendo eShop for the next week or so, that same $5 can add some certified bangers to your backlog. From award-winning indies to cozy hidden gems you might have missed. These games prove you don't need to spend big to have a great time. So I've rounded up 11 of the best Nintendo Switch games you can grab right now, all under $5, all worth every penny. So grab that overpriced coffee and let's jump in. If you somehow haven't played Inside yet, this is your sign. From the creators of Limbo, this haunting side-scroller is equal parts puzzle platformer and disturbing mystery. You play as a nameless boy escaping through industrial ruins, dark forests, and eerie laboratories, all without a single line of dialogue. Every moment builds tension through movement and sound, the quiet hum of machinery, the crunch of gravel, and the haunting score that creeps under your skin. It's only a 4 to 5 hour playthrough, but it's so carefully crafted and composed that not a single frame is wasted. It's the kind of game you finish and immediately want to talk about, even if you can't quite put into words why it hits so hard. Inside is currently 90% off, costing just $2.99, or your currency's equivalent, and is on sale until November 6th in the UK and Europe, and November 7th in the US and Canada. Moving on from quiet dread to toe-tapping chaos. Crypt of the NecroDancer is one of those games that turns every run into a rhythm-fueled rush. You fight, move, and loot to the beat of the music, a concept that sounds weird until it completely takes over your brain. The Switch version includes all DLC and crossover characters including Link and Zelda, and that alone makes it worth owning. The pixel art style is bright, the monsters bounce to the rhythm, and the soundtrack is so good it will end up in your head for days. Each run feels unique, and because everything is tied to the music, even small victories feel earned. It's challenging, clever, and completely different from anything else on the eShop. And for just $3.99 or your regional equivalent, this is one of the most original roguelikes you can own, and is currently 80% off until November 10th in the UK and Europe, and November the 11th in the US and Canada. Now let's trade quiet dread for something a little more chill, but just as stylish. Few games feel as smooth and satisfying as OllOlli World. It's a skateboarding platformer that's all about flow, chaining tricks, flips, and grinds through colourful cartoon landscapes. Unlike the earlier OllOlli games, this one opens its arms wide to everyone. The controls are tight but forgiving, the art style is bursting with personality, and the characters you meet along your journey are weirdly lovable. It's got this relaxing, almost meditative quality. Once you find your rhythm, you fall into a state of focus where every grind, jump, and trick clicks perfectly. Whether you want to master every challenge or just cruise and vibe, it's the kind of game that never gets old. For $4.99, a 75% discount, OllOlli World is a no-brainer. Cozy, creative, endlessly replayable, and on sale until November 17th in the UK and Europe, and November the 11th in the US and Canada. But if calm skating isn't your style, how about fighting for your life in the jungle? Green Hell is one of the most realistic survival games you can play on Switch, and it's shockingly ambitious for the price. It was the first game I ever bought on the eShop back in 2018, and I never really got round to playing it until last year, and boy was I missing out. You wake up stranded deep in the Amazon rainforest, surrounded by heat, humidity, and 1,000 ways to die. You'll gather resources, craft tools, and try to build some kind of shelter before the jungle tears you apart. Everything you do affects your health, infection, sanity, hunger, even injuries stack up over time. It's not an easy game, but that's what makes it so satisfying. The visuals are acceptable, but the atmosphere is genuinely tense. If you're looking for a challenge that rewards patience and planning, Green Hell is a fantastic pickup, and at $3.74 US or $4.49 Canadian, it's definitely worth picking up for well over 20 hours of content. But unfortunately, it's not currently on sale in Europe, but I had to include it. This sale ends on November the 14th. Now moving on from horror to fluid, fast-paced fury. If Celeste and Dead Cells had a baby, it would probably look like ScourgeBanger. It's a lightning-fast roguelite where every room is a frantic dance of air dashes, slashes, and projectiles. You play as Kira, a warrior taking on ancient machines in a shifting world. The controls are top tier. You're constantly airborne, chaining attacks together, dodging bullets, and feeling unstoppable, and it never misses a beat. It's got that perfect indie game balance between challenge and flow. You'll die often without a shadow of a doubt, but each run teaches you something new. The pixel art and pounding soundtrack are both excellent, and on the Switch it runs like a dream. For action fans who love precision and momentum, ScourgeBanger is pure pixelated chaotic satisfaction, and is currently 85% off just $3.82 or your regional equivalent, and is currently on sale until November 8th in the UK and Europe, and November 9th in the US and Canada. As I look to take a breather, let's talk about something heavier. This War of Mine is a very different kind of survival game. Instead of soldiers or heroes, you play as regular people trying to survive in a war-torn city. You scavenge for supplies, manage food, deal with sickness, and make gut-wrenching moral decisions about who to help and who to ignore. It's a heavy story, but it's told with empathy and honesty. The visual style, stark black and white with sketch-like shading, fits perfectly with the tone. The Switch edition includes all DLC and new scenarios, making it the definitive version. It's not about winning, it's about enduring, and that makes it powerful. For just $3.99 or a 90% discount, this is one of the most emotionally moving experiences you can find on the eShop, and is currently on sale until November 21st in the UK and Europe, and November 10th in the US and Canada. Next up is something a little lighter. Jack Move is a sleek cyberpunk RPG that's short, snappy, and full of charm. You play as Noah, a hacker fighting corrupt corporations and searching for her father. The world pops with neon colours, expressive pixel art, and a great synthwave soundtrack. The combat is classic turn-based RPG, but with a modern twist. Everything's fast, clean, and visually dynamic. It's a great mix of heart and attitude. The writing is witty, the characters are fun, and the story wraps up before it ever outstays its welcome. And truth be told, could have been so much longer, and I would have had no complaints. I had an absolute blast completing this, and certainly didn't want it to end after the 12 hours I put into it. It's the perfect handheld RPG, engaging but easy to play in short bursts. Jack Move doesn't reinvent the genre, but it's stylish, confident, and absolutely worth grabbing at its current price of $3.99 or your country's equivalent. That's 70% off for a fantastic turn-based RPG that's currently on sale until November 6th in the UK and Europe, and November 20th in the US and Canada. Speaking of tactics and tech, this next one gives strategy fans a real challenge. If you like tactical combat and the tension of roguelikes, the depth of Extinction is an overlooked gem. It's set in a flooded post-apocalyptic world where you command a small team of mercenaries on turn-based missions against raiders, robots, and worse. Think XCOM, but pixelated, faster, and more unpredictable. You'll manage cover, serve ammo, and decide when to risk a teammate for the mission. Between runs, you upgrade your squad and ship, slowly building strength as the difficulty ramps up. The art style is simple but clean, and the enemy AI keeps you guessing. It's challenging without ever feeling unfair. Every mistake feels like your fault, and every win feels earned. For $3.49 or your regional equivalent, Depth of Extinction is an excellent tactical fix for anyone craving strategy and permadeath tension on the go, offering a pleasant, surprisingly deep 30 hours of playthrough. The biggest injustice of this game is the abysmal art they used to promote it. It must have put so many people off. It's so confusing. Just look at it. If you look past this and want to pick it up, it's currently 75% off until November the 11th in the UK and Europe, and November the 12th in the US and Canada. If you like that mix of planning and chaos, this next one takes it even further. This is one of those hard to explain games that is endlessly rewarding once it finally clicks. Dungeon of the Endless is a mix of tower defense, exploration, and roguelike strategy. You're managing a small crew trapped in an alien facility, opening rooms, gathering resources, and fending off waves of monsters whilst protecting your power crystal. Every decision matters. Open the wrong door too early, and things spiral out fast. It's tense, tactical, and surprisingly deep once you start experimenting with team builds. The pixel art is clean and atmospheric, and the soundtrack is weirdly calming for such a stressful game. If you enjoy games that make you think 3 steps ahead, this is a must-play. A hidden gem for just $3.99 or your currency's equivalent. 80% off until November 12th in the UK and Europe, and November 13th in the US and Canada. Ready for something darker? Let's head into madness. Layers of Fear is a psychological horror at its best. Part walking sim, part nightmare art exhibit. You play as a painter losing his mind, exploring a shifting mansion that mirrors his descent into obsession. Rooms twist and reform behind you, paintings melt into horror, and every step feels uneasy. It's not about the jump scares, it's about the atmosphere. The Switch version holds up surprisingly well, keeping the rich lighting and unsettling sound design intact. It's a short 4 to 5 hour experience, but it's memorable, one that sticks with you because of its visual storytelling and unnerving creativity. For just $2.99 or your country's equivalent, it's one of the best horror experiences you can take on the go, and is currently 85% off until November 16th in the UK and Europe, and November 17th in the US and Canada. You can also pick up the sequel for just $4.49, but it doesn't quite hit the same heights. Still a great play though. And finally, let's end with a game that's equal parts horror and hilarity. What if you caused a zombie apocalypse? In Zombie Night Terror, you don't fight the undead, you control them. It's a puzzle strategy game where you direct hordes of zombies through city streets, infecting humans and spreading chaos. The pixel art style is slick, the humour is dark, and the destruction is incredibly satisfying to watch. It starts easy, but gets wonderfully tricky as you unlock new mutations and abilities. It's smart, stylish, and ridiculously fun, especially for the price of $2.99 or your regional equivalent. If you like games that make you laugh whilst testing your brain, Zombie Night Terror is the perfect way to close out this list, and is 80% off until November the 8th in the UK and Europe, and November 9th in the US and Canada.
Is to be the apocalypse. Zombie Night Terror, out now.
And that's the list. 11 awesome Nintendo Switch games you can grab right now for under $5. Whether you want horror, strategy, or quick indie fun, these are all gems worth your time. If you've played any of them already, let me know your favourites in the comments, and if not, go and bulk up that backlog while the sale's still live. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my latest video on the best new Switch 2 releases coming next month. Until then, thanks for watching, stay cozy, and enjoy the bargains.